Hello Internet, today's video is about the anime called Fena Pirate Princess, produced by Production IG and co-produced by Crunchyroll and Adult Swim. This video is very specific to the main character Fena. I'm not going to go over the 4 episodes that are out right now. I will, however, spoil some parts of the episode so far to explain some of my reasons. I will be reviewing episode 5 going forward. The next episode is on September 5. Kind of intrigued about how it's going to go.
Listen to me, Fena. This is important. Go to Eden.
Now, my opinion on the show are kind of mixed. I do want to talk about the animation before going into the main character, Fena. The good thing going for the series is that the animation quality is very high. The environment, the action, the facial reaction of the characters. It looks really great to the point that I'm mostly going to continue watching because of the animation. There was a lot of work done into this. Now, to begin with the main concern, and that is that the main character Fena, or Fena, she's pretty boring. And not only is the main character boring, but also the story itself is not that interesting. From the beginning of episode 1 to episode 4, I still don't care about the plot nor the villains. The villains are kind of forgettable at this point, not even worth mentioning. Maybe later on there might be an event with the antagonist of the story, but I'm not that hopeful for it. Now, the story itself is one of the biggest issues, and also where the main problem is. I'm gonna use the wiki summary for this, just to give a description about what Fena the Pirate Princess is about. And yes, this is specifically related to the main character. The story is Fena, Pirate Princess, tells the tale of a young orphan girl, Fena Hudman, living in a fantastic alternative history version of the 18th century. When they mean alternative, they really mean not something that would happen in real life. There is a combination of samurais, ninjas, soldiers, submarines, I guess. Not sure on the island where the group is, or how the group is able to build a submarine. The submarine is already built, but they have one and is used as the main transportation to get around. I do know that in the 18th century there were submarines created, so the transportation makes somewhat of a sense because there were submarines, but it would have been a whole lot better if they used a boat, because it's called Fena the Pirate Princess, so that the pirate theme could have made more sense. But continuing on, Fena has been raised on an island where there is no hope of escaping the dark destiny forced upon her by her captors to be used and discarded by the soldiers of the British Empire. So this part is, just to pause a little bit, this part is where in the first episode we see Fena trapped and raised in a brothel type of place. One problem that I have with this is that we don't get to know how Fena was raised or who the caretakers are. The problem with the story is that it goes so fast, moving from place to place, that it doesn't stop to show or explain parts of that story. It just continues on. But Fena is more than just another powerless orphan. When her mysterious past comes knocking, Fena will break the chains of her oppressors. Okay, just to pause a little bit. Let me spoil this part. She doesn't. She does not break the chains of her oppressors. She gets saved by two characters called Salman and Oro. Two great and funny characters shown in the very beginning. They save her and the other samurais that show up in the story as well. She does get to run alongside them, I guess. The story continues. Her goal: escape her captors, forge a new identity, and search for a place where she can truly belong, and find out the true mystery behind the keyword Eden. Alright, another small pause. Major problem with her goal. Apart from her going off with the samurai team to find the meaning of a stone given by the head chief of the samurai, there's not much else. We don't see the forge of a new identity. The problem with Fena herself is that she's very dependable from the team. She reminds me of the dumb main shonen character, but in this case she doesn't have any special physical abilities. To her defense, it's only been 4 episodes so far, and the last one we do see her kind of training with the team using some guns. So I guess that's a bit of the story where she is beginning to improve her skills. It's the pursuit of the adventure of a lifetime. She and her crew of misfits and unlikely allies will have in pursuit of her goal. Alright, so that will be the end of that summary. Now, to point out that the theme for the series is pirates. However, the entire team is made out of samurais and ninjas. Not sure why they didn't call the show something like Princess Fena, or maybe Fena Princess of the Sea or something. Even though most of the bad guys are not really pirates, they're pretty much a combination of pirates, marines, soldiers, British empires, and their entire quest has nothing to do with pirating. This is where kind of my issue comes in. They are supposed to find the hidden meaning of a stone that was left by the ancestors of Fena. The name of the show gives pretty much the wrong impression. Someone might see and say, oh cool, anime about pirates, just like One Piece, right? And then they see the show and it's very little to do with pirates at all. Just me, I know that is a little bit of a nitpick, but to me I do find it kind of very misleading.
Or something, get up into you! What's going on? Who's there? Come on, you coward! Show yourself!
Everything fell silent. All I remember is the sound of metal cutting through the night air. A blade that gave off an eerie glow. A helmet with antlers. And those deep black eyes.
Now, to talk about the final point. And that will be with the love interest. Yukimaru Sanada, the introverted masked ninja / samurai with a very stoic attitude. I will be honest, I'm not sure why Fena likes this guy apart from his looks. He's supposed to be somewhat of a childhood friend to save her very early when they were kids. But their entire reunion is very short and quick. After that, they just argue. It would have been better if there was more time focusing on their first interaction. And I don't mean just having them just look at each other, but I mean more talking to each other, just verbally communicating to each other. but it gets rushed and they move on to the next scene. The show could have had an opportunity to also show the personality of Yukimaru more, but it's sidelined with scenes just showing how powerful he is. To note, a character's strength does not make him more likable. You can have a very weak character that can steal the show if it's written very well. At the moment, this is my kind of like the first overall impression of the first 4 episodes. I will be reviewing the next episode, episode 5, that is coming out soon. I will say that I don't hate the series, but I would kind of want the main character to improve her personality in character, becoming a little bit more powerful, more dependable as such. If you're interested in watching the anime, you can find it on Crunchyroll. I will leave the link on the description below. Let me know your thoughts on the show so far. Did you like it? What is your favorite part so far? For now, I will be saying goodbye and hope you have a nice day.